when the guy gets the phone call about the kid wrecking the car. He's outside and it's daytime, but the dad and the kid are inside and it's nighttime. Weird that the continuity people let that one slip by. Anyway. Excuse me. I didn't know there was going to be quite so much talking in this game. It's only about 7 hours or so, 7 or 8 hours. So hopefully it picks up a little bit. Welcome back to the Excavation of Hob's Barrow, everybody. Last time, we saw a man get turned into a cat. God, look at their face.
In memory of Peter Black. In memory of William Ager. In memory of Mabel Hurst.
I've been to Maplehurst.
In memory of Benjamin Garkham. In memory of Millicent Smith. In memory of George Paxton. In memory of Barnaby Tillett. In memory of Percival Roach. In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed by his beloved Juliet. In memory of Henry Crozier. The trusty trowel, the barrow digger's best friend.
That means we can take it.
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course, thank you.
I was just going to take it anyway.
To give than to receive.
Yeah, I was just going to keep it for myself.
The trusty trowel. This one has seen better days.
Yay.
A fine assortment of baked goods. A lovely treat for those who enjoy such things.
Oh, it's the church bake sale.
The woman has a kind face.
We're blind. You have a kind face. This is an entrance. This is a door. Don't confuse them.
This leads to the church tower, I presume.
Let's go check.
It's locked.
Well, damn.
The doors look weathered, but have stood the test of time.
All right, Grandma. Tell me a story.
Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings. The sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings. They are quite famous.
Alas, I'm not carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry, I can't give them away for free. The money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand.
Ma'am, you said they were cakes, but now they're pudding.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
Pull out the match. Sure would be a shame if anything happened to these cakes.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund's for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
Sorry.
This time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
Fernwood what, ma'am?
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, pet.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. de Plancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me? I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
He was the first to go on the Great British Baking Show. Another crow.
John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence. Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. Forever in light, Anne Kemp. Joseph Davis. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven. Here lies Elizabeth Farnaby. This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave.
Well, headstones do take time, lady.
William Paxton, modest and gentle of heart. I may be a barrow digger, but I am no grave robber.
Oh. You're no fun.
A fine spot to take a rest.
Evil bird kite. That's a white worm thing. There is an evil bird kite in Lair of the White Worm.
Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is.
And what she was looking out for. Maybe it was that bird. We may never know. Well, that was intriguing. Oh, did you see? Look. Look. I found it. There's the barrow. No, there's the barrow. And there's the barrow. There's... Boop. Stonehenge.
I better not touch them. They could be poisonous.
Oh, chicken.
I'm not sure if these are poisonous or edible.
Anything's edible if you put your mind to it.
The moors stretch into the distance. I don't wish to wander aimlessly.
There's a road. Just follow it. I swear, lady. Thomasina.
Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans. Is that a necklace?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one looking at it.
Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it. Maybe I can reunite it with its owner.
Or sell it for money.
Those have seen better days. A memorial list of former vicars. They stretch back several hundred years.
I can just tell.
The pews are contained within compartments that can be locked. I've seen a similar design in other Norman churches around England, but this is a particularly impressive example.
We lock you in so you can't leave.
Locked. Locked as well. I think they all might be.
I could check, but, you know.
I've no time for such things. This must be where the local vicar sacrifices the newborns.
It's pretty adequate from, or accurate, excuse me, from the shows I've seen. She's gonna be just fine wandering around over here. You watch. Ah! Jesus Christ.
very sorry. Oh, the shame. This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
Cut me. I beg you.
Shovel.
The trowel's blade is dull and rusted. I need something that will provide a cleaner cut.
There's no time.
I don't think it's sharp enough.
Besides, he's probably a vampire and it'll just kill him.
Ouch! The
What?
broken lens is extremely sharp.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
The vicar's spectacles lie broken on the forest floor.
How do you know they're his?
Ouch! The broken lens is
Well, why do you keep touching that part then?
Perhaps I shouldn't risk soiling this glove, and
Okay, use matches to melt glass.
I don't think that will help me. I don't think that...
Yes, it will. Scoop him up.
The vicar's... I don't wish to look too closely. The vicar looks dreadfully ill.
Yeah, I'll say.
Don't leave. You must help me.
I'm not going near it.
I'll just step in it.
Are you sure this is the only way, Father?
I beg you. It's the only cure for this torturous malady.
Are you...
It's the only...
I can't use the gloves to pick up the broken glass
handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand.
because I might get them dirty, but I can use the
This
handkerchief.
should work.
Jesus. Stab man of God with glass.
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
Poke, 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 poke. Does a cartwheel.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you. Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all. I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again.
Howdy,
I
Scarlet.
wish we had met in different circumstances.
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmund's. It's quite the story.
I don't want to hear it. No,
My
don't.
mother was sheltering there as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
Episode title.
St. Edmund's is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so. It's hard work keeping her in good shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day is a blessing, my child. I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say. But those that remain are faithful and full of his spirit.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father. Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now. A fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me so.
Capital. Thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit. I'll be resting here for the time being.
Suddenly, I'm very lightheaded.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
I can't say I've heard of it.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
I've heard the new station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
I'm ready to go to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
If it's like 2 screens away, I'm going to be annoyed. No way we could have found that on our own. It's not one of the 2 houses that exist over here.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman.
We've met.
A visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
I like that even the NPCs in this game get bored.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and...
No, we have places to go.
Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
I don't actually know. I know it's not Macbeth. I don't know Hamlet very well. I don't know Richard II very well.
Richard II?
Correct. You are well read, Miss Bateman.
Well,
Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes. Follow me.
I'll just go one more screen and then we'll stop and talk for another 4 minutes. This is a bench, you see. You sit on it. That's what you do.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see.
And no farther.
Beautiful, is it not?
Why is she looking at us?
Indeed. The moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
We have places to go, sir. And you were just throwing up a little while ago.
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
Now I'm Mormon.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Oh no.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain. Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now, let's see your father.
You better turn out to be the dad from Harvester. That's the only thing I'll accept.
Daddy is sleeping. Mummy is crying.
You're great. I couldn't have figured that out without you.
Daddy, wake up! Daddy! Mummy?
That's a terrible idea.
Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman.
Wah!
Hello, little one.
She's a skeleton.
Thomasina?
Yes?
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit.
Speaking of mummies.
I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain.
Not when
Mrs.
he's asleep.
There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst Manor. He will have a nurse by his side at all times. I can assure you.
He ate one of those old lady's cakes. Jesus.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
A vengeful one.
Sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all.
Except the Methodists.
Come along now.
They're filthy people. No, don't stop.
Hello. She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewley.
I see.
It's like the hills have eyes out there.
His house.
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough.
Not if we stop.
Now then, take a look
Keep
at this.
stopping. No.
Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
Pile of rocks. Got it.
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape.
Featureless, you just saw the devil's toe. Oh, and the dialogue doesn't auto anymore.
All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily.
Throwing up and bleeding all over everything.
Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist.
Told me all these horribly racist jokes.
Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
He has a plate, too.
Here we are, Miss Bateman.
Excuse me.
Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
I have
Yes?
that glass.
Please don't tell Mrs. de Plancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you.
I will, though.
You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon. Father, what do you make of this?
A peculiar adornment. I've not seen any like this in Bewley, though it does remind me of a passage by the bard himself. It is the very error of the moon. She comes nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
think it's Othello.
Othello?
Precisely, Miss.
Yeah.
Your knowledge of the bard is presently flawless.
That will not last, sir.
Myself to be well read, Father Roach.
It's delightful to meet a fellow bookworm, I must say.
Speaking of worms, did you see that kid with the sword? Holy crap.
Here, chuk chuk chuk.
Don't encourage them.
To what?
He looks much too unruly to be picked up.
Oh no, they're going to attack.
Care to hold one, Father Roach?
Put that thing down, would you?
You're no fun.
So she was going to make machine gun noises at him with it.
A pair of thick woolen trousers. That glove looks familiar. I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow.
Nah, because one would be left-handed and the other one would be right-handed, so they wouldn't match at all.
A woolen undergarment.
Take it.
Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
Do you have anything better to do than watch me poke around in someone else's pants, sir?
The trousers feel damp. Freshly hung or still wet from last night's rain. Mr. Shoulder has stacked blocks of wood neatly beneath this small lean-to.
Very neat and tidy.
I don't need your commentary, sir. That's what I'm here for.
I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside.
Now, a chicken, though.
That glove I wonder if it...
Use glove with glove.
The gloves are a pair.
Dun, dun,
This is when
dun.
Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night. Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Because he locked the door? All right.
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewley as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
Use matches on thatched roof cottage. Use chicken on door.
Mr. Shoulder, are you home?
Throw vicar through window.
It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle.
Why don't you do it? He knows you.
Locked.
No sign of life.
None.
Other than the chickens.
The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned.
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
God, no. God, no.
No, you go ahead, Father. Thank you.
As you wish. Farewell, Miss Bateman. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Enough Shakespeare.
I see you tire of my quotation.
Yes, I do.
Lord be with you.
You've got other things to go throw up on, so get to it.
Brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to be found. I'll just have to find Hobbs Barrow myself.
Maybe one of these chickens can lead me. Maybe this chicken.
You're a sweet little thing, aren't you?
Just pick up a chicken. Just hold it for a minute.
You're a sweet little...
Not even Rocky could do that. He had trouble with the chickens.
He looks much too unruly to be...
No, he doesn't. He's doing the exact same thing everybody else is doing, perhaps even less.
This must provide a charming view. The window is much too high up.
Throw wood at window. Throw stone at chicken.
As I trudged back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution.
No more church. No more strolls with vicars.
I would find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder.
Hashtag wandering.
The train! That must be Kenneth.
No, that's the train.
Go and meet him at the station.
Is the train's name Kenneth? I do wish that was a little better animated. You're not a cat anymore.
Where is Kenneth?
This is wonderful news. Kenneth has my money and my shovels and so many other things.
He was supposed to wait for me at the station. Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
I had
You
one
went to use the
whole
lavatory
beer.
and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up on my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Oh, aye. No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillett. I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me. I probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Look, what would I gain from lying to you? I just wanted another drink.
That's what you would gain.
Case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
Aye, I don't remember out.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow.
It's why Leonard Shoulder invited me to Bewley. He thought I might like to excavate it.
Oh, aye. I heard about a Hobbs Barrow somewhere out there. There's some old stories around it.
What stories?
I can't remember.
Thank God.
Mr. Tillett, please, this is important.
I'm awfully sorry, Miss Bateman. I'll try to remember. If he invited you here, then I'm sure Mr. Shoulder will tell you all about it.
That's if I ever get to meet him.
I'm sure you will.
I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye.
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses. Where is my crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the Plough and Furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you. Where can I find Mr.
He lives above... You'll see...
Thank you.
Blah, 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 blah.
So, you work here?
Aye. Bewley Station Master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now. It's worth the occasional withering look from Cyril and the rest of them.
What does a station master do?
A bit of this and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such things.
As you wish.
My responsibilities here keep me on the straight and narrow, I'll tell you that much. A sense of duty can do wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome post to occupy.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might think, lass.
Keeps him out of trouble. Whoop. Oh no. There we go. Sorry. Keeps him out of trouble. One beer. He's out. He's gone.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around me skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye, aye. I'll survive.
I found Mr. Shoulder's house, but he wasn't home.
Don't worry. You'll find him.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra.
There he is again. Hi, Cyril.
Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewley. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No. I found Mr. Shoulder's house today, but he wasn't home.
Why the bleeding hell should I care, lass?
Good answer.
I'm looking for Hobbs Barrow. Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
You really are quite helpful, aren't you?
Bah.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, lass.
There's going to be an explosion at the train station, and this guy did it. It's going to be like that Ewan McGregor movie that was really terrible.
I don't think anyone is home.
Surprise, surprise.
Why are you knocking on me bleeding door? I'm right here, you daft bugger.
Oh, apologies.
Well, I didn't know this was your house. I thought you were just creeping in someone's yard. You... Reprobate.
This must belong to someone. I should leave it alone.
So does this, so does this, so does this.
I don't think
We're
the
looking
sign is in a
for a plaque. We need to go this way. Oh God.
That must be the postmaster's storeroom. Royal Mail, postmaster's residence. This must be the local post office.
No.
There's my crate.
Oh boy.
It always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence.
It's on top of the... It's not behind the ribbon at all.
Get in there.
So open the door.
The postmaster isn't home.
I don't care.
But my crate is in there.
You'll have to wait for Mr. Price to get back.
God. It's waiting for everybody.
He's a little chirpier than your average Bewley resident.
No, he does not.
Hello.
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewley before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful. What a treat.
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
Bakewell.
Not too far away then. I've never been myself.
Have you travelled much, Mr. Long?
Why on earth would I ever want to leave Bewley? I have all I need here. I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewley is in my blood. Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
Yeah, but if you leave, you can meet more new people.
Your opinion of the railway station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long. I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewley, mark my words. There's much to protect here, but we need new blood. I hope that some of you visitors will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to. Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the miserable old sod, is the worst offender.
I think Cyril's got a point. Speaking of new blood, have you met the vicar?
I've had the pleasure of meeting Cyril. He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewley. He just doesn't understand.
I met him last night in the Plough and Furrow.
Aye, the scene of our many debates. Blimey. I could go for an ale right now, actually.
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It's my crate. I can see it through the window. I really need it.
Sorry, Miss Bateman, but he locked it up before he left.
Remember when Stanley said, oh, no one around here would steal anything? And now all of a sudden locks on every door.
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Curses.
Horses have feet.
When will Mr. Price be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewley. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You flatter me, Mr. Long. I'm looking for Hob's Barrow.
One of those old burial hills?
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moor since I were a child.
Why is that?
I've got all I need right here in Bewley. And we're all truly blessed with the railway station, which brings us lovely new faces.
This guy's totally a robot. Why would I want to leave? Boop, bop, beep. Everything I need is here. Beep, bop, boop.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
No.
Wait. Do you think Mr. Kemp will let me open a tap?
Perhaps. You could always ask him. I shouldn't leave anyway. Mr. Price is relying on me to keep watch of his storeroom.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
I plan on never speaking to you again if I can help it. You're weird. You know, if you let me in to get my box, I could buy you that drink, though.
I don't think anyone...
Jesus Christ, where is everybody? He's got just this one little errant pixel right next to his eye, and it makes him look like he's crying. Jesus, another child? Why is there more than one? This is the worst place on earth. Nice Christmas tree, though.
Nobody home.
This one, right here. Open the boy. Where's our broken glass?
Hello there. My name's Thomasina.
Yeah?
What's yours?
Wally?
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
No?
Have you heard of a place called Hob's Barrow?
No?
Goodbye.
Why the hell do you even exist, kid? There's no reason for you in this game.
The road disappears over the horizon. I see nothing but moorland.
Yeah? No, don't go back. I want to investigate.
I'd rather not go into those horrible toilets. I suspect the barrels are empty. The window is well out of...
Stand on the barrels. Yep. Nothing? Nothing? Okay. The sound design is pretty good. I'll give the game that. Oh, our buddy's back. Hey, pal.
Good day, sir.
Pleasant conversation, as always.
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here.
Except for that time I lied.
I do trust you. So yes, I'll open an account for you, to be settled at the end of your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass. One can never be too cautious.
I found Mr. Shoulder's home, thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful. So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Vomits a lot.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
Not quite. He wasn't home.
What is that man playing at?
You tell me.
What if he's the postmaster in disguise?
I've decided to find Hobbs Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
Are you sure that's a wise idea, lass?
What other choice do I have? I have a feeling he is avoiding me. Do you know where I can find the barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's grave, miss.
Yeah, you said that before.
My assistant has not arrived as planned.
Oh, is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I to keep a room for him just in case?
If you could hold it for one more night, Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
How can I open a tab again?
Leave me an item. I'll give it back to you when it will be time to pay.
Goodbye.
See you.
I have these matches that I stole from you. Would this work?
Don't think Mr. Kemp would consider his complimentary matches to be an item of value.
I considered them enough of value to pick them up.
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take a closer look at it?
This is mine. Where did you get it?
Aye, silver. That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Can I get you something to drink?
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. That's 2 pence on your account.
Thank you.
Careful. We don't happen to the last guy. He had one beer and got so drunk he passed out.
I've too much to do today to waste time sleeping.
Sleeping is not wasting time. Excuse me. Thank you. It's one of the greatest things any person could do with their day. Well, I hate to go back and see him. But let's go back and see him.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you a drink, Henry?
Really?
Really? We can talk more at the inn.
But I told Mr. Price I'd keep watch of his storeroom.
Doors have locks for this very reason.
You're right. One drink won't take long. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
This guy's easily tricked into doing anything.
The rocket weren't Stevenson's only design, you know. Before that, there were the Blucher and the Locomotion. But my favourite would have to be the Lancashire Witch. I believe he built that in 1828. In Newcastle, of course. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
I couldn't even get a word in.
He likes a good chinwag, our Henry.
He certainly does. Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't. I shall take you up on your...
Let us make our way.
We just gotta have to do this like 5 times.
The rear wheels are powered by coupling rods. Would you believe? The boiler had 2 flue tubes.
2 tubes?
There were nothing like it.
Holy shit.
Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
Curses. I'm starting to feel somewhat tipsy. I'm here to excavate Hob's Barrow, not Hob's barrels.
Well, stop drinking the beer. I can't believe I said that, but stop it.
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you another?
I suppose one more. I shall take you...
Let us make...
Bewley is the latest of many additions to the Midland Railway line. Speaking of change, I hear the whole frontage of Derby Station is being rebuilt. Designed by an architect by the name of Tubshaw, if I remember correctly. Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra.
Mr. Long can really put away a drink. Thank goodness I've switched to water.
One more. We'll try one more.
Hello?
Good day.
Can I buy you...
I suppose one... I shall take you...
Let us make...
It really is great to have someone new to talk to. I've so many more stories to share.
No.
Well, that's me. I better be off.
Wait!
Ta-ra, Miss Bateman.
I like that he turns his
Mr.
head
Long can really put
before
away
he
a
walks
drink.
away.
Thank goodness I've switched to...
I think that'll do. Thank y'all for joining me. This has not been quite the experience I thought we were going to have with Hob's Barrow. But you know what? It's what we've got, so it's what we've got to go with. I do hope you enjoyed it, though, for what it was. Feel free to check back next Monday, where we will have even more. If you would like to check out videos for any of the other crap we've done, head on over to jasonsgroovemachine.com, where you can check out the Electric Leftovers podcast.